Mark it and move on.
Yes, it is time for Mark It and Move On. First up, under a new policy from Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, tampons are now available in men's bathrooms at the Canadian Parliament. The rule requires that federal workplaces offer free menstrual products in all bathrooms, regardless of the gender marked on the door. There's plenty of reasons Canadian men could use tampons, like to plug maple trees until the waffles are done, or to stuff in their ears when Alanis Morissette sings. That was two Canadian jokes there. All right. Look, Joey, would you, next time you visit the Canadian Parliament, would you, I don't know, could you make use of a tampon or something?
You know, I went to northern Maine, and I chose not to go into Canada because I didn't want any of that sticky stuff to get on me. You know, not the maple syrup, but the liberal politics. And so, listen, I love my friends from Canada. I would make a deal with him. You can put tampons in my bathroom if you'll do something that stops able-bodied people from getting into the handicap stall. Because every time I go in there, I need those arms to get back up. You should see the type of twister I have to do to stand up from a toilet with no rails on the side to help me out. And so, you know, maybe take care of like the common sense stuff first. I don't know. I mean, you know, the trans people need their tampons, I guess.
I never thought of that, because occasionally, if there's no one in there, I'll go into the handicap stall because there's a lot of room in there, right? But if I ever saw... Yeah, a lot of room in there. You know why? But
because some people have a wheelchair and they need to get in there and do donuts and entertain themselves before they go pee.
Oh.
I don't know you, Tom.
Imagine if you... I mean... Okay, Emily. What do you think of this rule?
Oh, God. Okay. I'm just so glad. I always say Canada's priorities are so in line, where they're not taking care of your handicap needs, but men who are menstruating get their tampons. How lucky are they? All I know is if my tax-paying dollars were going towards funding tampons for men, I would be in jail for tax evasion, and for legal purposes, of course, that's a joke. But point being, it's just so messed up that there are so many things wrong with Canada, and this is where they're choosing to invest taxpayers' dollars. And last but not least, could we, you know, maybe backtrack a minute and realize if you're getting your period to the point that you need to actually use a tampon, not just for symbolic purposes, have one, could we just start to agree that you're a woman? Go to the women's restroom and go get a tampon there, and all of this would be solved, and you have more tax money now to spend on helping Joey.
There you go. Nick, you're a professor. Could you explain how a man might need tampons?
No, you can't make sense of the senseless. And
canceled.
when we look at the Trudeau regime, you got the world burning, people's lives are getting more difficult, but he's got the solution: tampons in men's bathroom. However, Emily, I hate to break it to you, if you go down to the Botanical Gardens in Washington, D.C. and go into the men's bathroom, there'll be a sign saying tampons are available for men at the front desk.
So what if I go in there, because I'll identify for 2 minutes as a man, take all the tampons and give it back to my ladies?
Well, that's the insanity of it. I mean, when we look at it, Monty Python did a skit, The Life of Brian, over 40 years ago, where Brian wanted to be a woman, and it was based on satire. Today, that would be a documentary. That's how insane things have become.
Jim, will you require venues hosting your shows to provide tampons for all?
I really would, yes. I think what's important is what's in the men's room dispensary. I really do get upset. And how many strip clubs, when you walk in, they have breath mints, cologne, and condoms, like the height of optimism. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's in the dispensary. Like, but Trudeau always does seem to do the thing that is most irritating. Like, there's just something about him. He's like the Gavin Newsom of Canada.
Yeah.
Like, whatever angle is going to make you go, oh, he just always takes that angle. So this doesn't bother me, but he's just an irritating ass.
Next up, go ahead. Next up, Spirit Airlines has apologized for inadvertently causing a scene reminiscent of Home Alone 2. Last week, the company accidentally put an unaccompanied 6-year-old child on the wrong plane. The kid was supposed to be headed to Fort Myers, but ended up in Orlando. The kid's parents didn't know that Spirit Airlines charges an extra fee if you want to be sent to the right city. Joey, is it any surprise that this Home Alone situation would happen during the holiday season?
All I know is if Trump were president, he'd have met him there when he got off and gave him directions. just like in the movie. I'm not going to beat up on Spirit too much, but I just hope they never ask me to fly the plane, because I think you need feet to do that.
Yeah. You know, but that that would work. That kid, if they make the movie, they got to let the kid fly the plane, right?
First of all, I blame the kid. Check your tickets before the plane takes off. If you pack your bags, you get to the airport, and you wind up getting on the wrong plane, it's completely your fault. I don't fault the airline. He's a bad boy, and I fault him.
No.
You know, I never thought of that. Emily, this kid, do you think it was inadvertent? I mean, some kids, they could be precocious. He might have got on the wrong plane on purpose because he wanted to mess with everybody.
No, the kid is 6. He was probably so scared. Yes, it is. I
In
fully
Alabama, they're
blame
supporting a family at 6. I mean,
No, I mean, honestly, though, when I saw this headline, I was like, well, what do they expect? I mean, it's Spirit. Have you ever heard anything with a headline with Spirit Airlines in it that was something remotely positive? At this point, at checkout, I'm going to start reading. There has to be some waiver that you sign your life away at this point. It just can't be that they're always messing up and people are still returning to them. They're either really suicidal or they just don't value their life. I can't imagine who would still fly Spirit.
I think it's just very cheap, right? The tickets are cheap, Nick.
But they're always messing up.
Nick.
But think about what they got for their cheap airline ticket.
Yeah, your
they got an
6-year-old is
entire
borderline
adventure.
sex
The
trafficked.
6-year-old got a great adventure out of it. And he's probably going to get some Hollywood movie deal. You know, they'll make a movie out of it. So for the price of a plane ticket, it could be a pretty good deal to cash in on.
Yeah, in fact, I think they offered him $150, so. Okay, last topic. Tesla has unveiled the latest version of its Optimus robot, which is lighter, faster, and more capable than its predecessor. Apparently, it's designed to assist people in various domains, such as manufacturing, construction, healthcare, and entertainment. And it's 42% more productive than the previous version of the robot. Yeah. Good. That's the whole reason I wanted to do that story. Joey, what do you think of this? The thing is, guys like Elon Musk, he keeps warning us about AI, but he's doing a lot to accelerate our... I can see what you're doing with your legs there.
yeah. Listen, the next thing you know, they're going to have them telling bad jokes on Gutfeld. That's what it is, right? You're trying to replace me. I get it. I see what it is. Yeah, they can carry boxes now. They're going to tell bad jokes next week, and I don't have a job anymore. This is leave robots. No person should be more than 40% robot. Nobody.
It's all fun and games till you get catfished on your date by a robot. That's going to be the new trend you're going to start to see, I promise you.
Would you be willing to have robots as part of your everyday life, Emily?
No, I think it's so scary. Like, all jokes aside for a minute, they're going to start replacing humans. AI, we've seen what it's capable of. And now we're going to have these robots that are made by genius Elon Musk. They're going to replace society, and quite frankly, I don't blame him for wanting to do that, but it is scary to us fellow humans. Or at least, yeah.
Nick, do you think the robots are going to eventually turn on us, like in a bad sci-fi movie?
Well, every sci-fi movie has shown that it never works out well for human beings when it comes to AI and robots. As a matter of fact, I was like, I get the segment, and what am I going to talk about here? And then all of a sudden, an hour later, a headline spits out, a Tesla robot attacks an engineer at company's Texas factory during violent malfunction, leaving trail of blood. I'm like, oh, wow. So... yes, I do believe it'll end very horribly for human beings.
Yeah, you know, but Jim, I bet that employee taunted the robot.
I'm sure he did. And robots...
Use the wrong pronoun.
They walk weird. They have that's why people are creepy.
So?
Because they have... but I think the thing with robots is the idea of a sexual robot is why. Because why do they have to look human? Like, I don't understand why they're making them look human.
I think we know exactly why.
What I just said, the idea. I'm looking very much forward to a sex robot. They're getting there more and more and more. Save myself a bundle on socks.
Coming up, at what age do you start to wonder how long until you're 6 feet under?